It's on! Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to I'm going to call it a very early edition of Disney Parks Talk Live, which is convenient since we're not doing a late edition today. I hope you enjoyed Benji's profile. I'm not sure why he's choosing to sit that way right now.
There's reasons. It's not a choice. It's a requirement.
Okay. My name is Jimmy Mosley, co-founder here at Laughing Place. That is Benji Breitbart. He is the head cheese here at Laughing Place, the CEO, the man that makes it all happen, the ketchup on the French fry. And we are here to bring you some breaking news in the world of Disney theme parks. Let's give people a chance to join us. So let's start with the smallest news and work our way up. So where do you want to start? Let's start with the Jungle Cruise. We have an official opening date for the Jungle Cruise. What is that?
October 16th. Ironically, the 101st anniversary of the Walt Disney Company.
And that is only 2 days away. So you can check out the Jungle Cruise and all our updates today regarding Walt Disney World.
Yeah. So it'll be Jungle Cruise for a couple weeks, and then it'll turn into Jingle Cruise on November 2nd.
Interesting. Bring it up just for 2 weeks, and then it doesn't have to go down for Jingle Cruise, though, right? That's an overnight change.
Yeah, it's an overnight change.
Okay. But probably the biggest news we have here is, what do you want to do next? I'll just leave it up to you.
Well, I mean, if we stick with Magic Kingdom, Big Thunder is going to be going down for starting January 6th, I believe.
Big Thunder Mountain is going down January 6th. That is correct.
And Topsy-Turvy Day, ironically. And we'll be going down till some point in 2026. So over a year, presumably.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, so I mean, that's a big refurbishment. They did share with us that they will be adding some pixie dust to the attraction. So some sort of enhancement, the scope of which is often unknown until it reopens. But
like, where the heck did that come from? But yes, we do have a third member here who was able to help, and I appreciate that very much. So Big Thunder. Now that is a long refurbishment. I mean, it's going down January 6th, so presumably it's going to be down for more than a year unless it happens to open that first week of 2026.
Yeah, as when most, it's going to be ready the first week of January, but we're not going to push it to open it before Christmas. So it's I think you're probably talking spring 2026 at the earliest.
Any idea why, what they're doing that's going to take this long?
I imagine it's a full track replacement. I think this is probably part of the Frontierland long-term visioning where they want to have that capacity up, you just open Tiana's, so you have something there before you add more to that side of the park, you will, and take down stuff on that other side of the park, kind of get it ready. So,
any truth to this rumor here? They're adding a loop to it?
I would highly doubt that.
So they do say, do we know if they're doing anything more than just replacing the track? Like, Big Thunder's had some enhancements on both coasts over the years recently.
Yeah, they just say that they're going to be adding pixie dust. We just don't know what it is. Okay. I imagine they'll use some, new technology. If you've seen what they did at Disneyland with the projection mapping, it wouldn't shock me if that ilk, maybe another step beyond that. But I do not think it will be a brand new Big Thunder Mountain. I don't want it to make it sound like it's the equivalent of what Tokyo is doing with Space Mountain. It's Big Thunder just with some enhancement.
So when you say track replacement, you mean just literally replacing the current track with a new track, but not like a new layout or anything?
Right. Yeah, I'd expect, the existing track layout with a new, literal new track.
Okay. Anything else announced for Magic Kingdom?
No. I think we're still waiting for some other shoes to drop regarding like Rivers of America and things like that, but nothing's on that front yet.
So like you said, the Big Thunder change in your mind just seems to be laying the groundwork, getting all the ducks in a row before they really do start the big stuff that they announced at D23 fan event.
Yeah, they didn't say that, but that's how I would read between the lines. It's kind of getting your program, lined up before you really start making major modifications.
I think another announcement they made at the fan event was regarding, I think we heard about this officially at the fan event, the Little Mermaid musical adventure.
No, they didn't mention that. Well, it was not, because they discussed this at the opening of Tiana's. This is when we got the opening season of fall 2024.
Which is here. So where is it?
It's got delayed till May 2025. Or sorry, not summer 2025. So, and they're going to be replacing the marquee. So,
Oh,
that was
okay.
an update on that.
So this is a replacement for, or an update for the Little Mermaid, Voyage of Little Mermaid at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which closed. Did it close prior to pandemic or just for the pandemic?
No, it hasn't reopened from the pandemic.
Okay, and they did announce that it would be reopening with a completely new show this fall, and now that has been pushed off until next summer.
Mostly new show.
With the one reason for the push off being that they gave us for the push off being a new marquee.
I don't know. I don't know if I would buy that. They are doing a new marquee. I do not know if that's the reason it's delayed, half a year. There may be some sort of structural decisions that they've decided they need to address.
Do we know if this attraction is going to be based on the existing Little Mermaid or on the live action version of Little Mermaid?
We do not know.
Okay. So potentially that could be a reason for a new marquee, but we definitely don't have that as a confirmed thing.
That is correct.
When that new marquee does appear, that could be a really big hint. And then the other piece of news we got was regarding Animal Kingdom and Tropical America. So why don't you go there?
Yeah. So what they've said that progress walls will be going up in DinoLand to get ready for the whatever you call it, the start of the work on Tropical Americas. The progress walls will go up on January 13th. I have to call it, as I said, construction walls will go up January 13th, which means the last day of operation for Triceratops Band, Fossil Fun Games, the Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures will be January 12th. At this time, Dinosaur, Boneyard, Dino Bites, Trilobites, Restaurantosaurus, that's all staying open. But this is just what I would call the old Dinorama section of the park, that sort of miserable.
So the big news, just to reiterate, the huge news here is we finally have a closing date. January 12th will be the last day that guests can experience Fossil Fun Games at Disney's Animal Kingdom, correct?
Right. And Dinosaur. I have a love-hate relationship with Dinorama, for those who know me. And I think it's sort of anticlimactic since Primeval World closed, which was really the sort of anchor.
The heart. The
diseased heart of Dinorama. But yeah, I mean, so the Spinner and the Carney games are closing. So
yes,
go now.
What about? Sorry, so I actually just misspoke. Dinosaur itself will not be closing on that date.
Correct. Dinosaur is not closing. What I would say is classic DinoLand, Boneyard, Restaurantosaurus. Those smaller food and beverage locations are not closing. It's just
the Triceratops Bend.
Yeah. It's just which is perhaps the biggest, I don't want to say loss, but what matters. I mean, because there's some neat details in there, including my favorite hidden Universal at Disney World. So
I've heard a lot of people talking when they talk about losing DinoLand. That's the one thing that they hope somehow, some way, survive somewhere, because that is a really cool shop with lots of little details. We still have no idea when Dinosaur, the major attraction, is going to be closing, right?
Correct. We do not. I'm sure somebody does, but not.
No. I would hope someone somewhere has a good idea of what the plan is for that, but they have not let us know. And then the walls go up. They're not construction walls, as you said. They are progress walls. Go up on January 13th.
It's not a fountain. It's a water feature.
It's a parking structure, not a parking garage. All right. Were there any other announcements before we quickly just go through and make sure any latecomers heard everything?
No. So nothing about Epcot, noticeably, I guess.
So
and nothing about, I think there's obviously been a lot of speculation about Muppet Vision or whatever, Monsters Inc. Land, Monstropolis Land, whatever is going to be. Nothing on that front. It's sort of
still waiting.
Other things that may be setting the table for the future.
So I should clarify regarding Little Mermaid, at least what they have said in the past regarding Little Mermaid, and there's no reason to think they've changed it, is that it is heavily inspired by the Walt Disney Animation Studios classic, The Little Mermaid. So not the live action version. Could that be the reason for the delay? They certainly have not said so. I'm not going to assume so, but that is what
I don't. This is probably improper speculation on my part, but if you saw their show, there was a lot of water used in that show.
A lot of what?
Water.
Okay.
And buildings and water don't mix. And so it would not be inconceivable for me to say that there was a lot of more work that had to be done than perhaps initially thought of, just to make sure that that structure was good for the long term. Not that it's, derelict or anything, but, this would be the opportunity to make sure that, everything is repaired and in good order and clean and everything. So just like Splash Mountain, back in the day would go under refurbishment more frequently than other attractions, or Kali River Run, or, Grizzly River Run. Water-based experiences tend to need a little bit more work than non-water-based.
Which is why James Cameron loves to work in water, because it's smooth sailing. Okay, so just to reiterate, Jungle Cruise reopens on Wednesdays. How long has it been down? It's got quite the refurb, hasn't it?
It's a great question that I'm sure somebody has to. They all blend together, because I know that they're doing refurbishment work at the one at Disneyland too, because they're restoring the work over at Disneyland. So
yeah, it went down on August 26th, so just under 2 months. And then 2 weeks later, Jungle Cruise will be back this year.
Yeah, I like how even the email we get. I'm not usually supposed to share these things, but I think it's funny. It's like, they list out everything that they're telling us. This is, it's almost time to once again set sail on the world famous Jungle Cruise. Don't miss your chance to see the 8th wonder of the world, starting October 16th.
Big Thunder Mountain is going down for a long refurbishment of somewhere between 1 and 2 years, as it closes January 6th of 2025 and reopen sometime in 2026. The only thing they've said is there will be a little bit of new magic. We do think there will be some track replacement. That's the kind of thing that takes this long to do. And of course, with Tiana's Bayou Adventure now opening and major changes coming to Frontierland at Disney World over the next few years, as have been announced. Let's get Big Thunder already. Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, which was originally supposed to be open right about now, fall of 2024, has now been delayed until summer of 2025. And they have also announced they're working on the exterior of the building, which we presume will include a new marquee, that may be not the most famous marquee at Disney World, but one of the more. That's a huge, ornate, pretty cool marquee for an attraction. So yeah, forward to see what they bring us. Tropical Americas is going to have its first major set of progress walls going up on January 13th. That's only 2 months away, or 3 if you do the math properly. And that means your last chance to experience Triceratops Spin, Fossil Fun Games, Chester and Hesser's Dinosaur Treasures will be January 12th. However, Dinosaur, the Boneyard, Restaurantosaurus, Dinobite Snacks, and Trilobites will remain open. We invite you to stay ahead of the game on all of these things. Check out our project tracker. There's the one I just put. Wrong link, but it works. Put a link in there for the Tropical Americas project tracker. And yeah, any news, any concept art, any videos that come out will always be on that page. So you can just track that page and always have the latest info on Tropical Americas and any other major projects Disney's working on. And there are a ton right now, a ton of things in the project tracker. I was going to recap just a little bit of Disney.
I just want to share. Go ahead. For the one thing about the Tropical Americas DinoLand news is, if you haven't won that plush that you've been dying to get of the Cementothorax or what have you, now's your chance, man.
Is it really?
I mean, it's not like you can just go buy it, right? Like, sometimes you got to make sure there's 8 players, and you got to there's a little bit more stress to this if you really want that plush.
Do you think there'll be maybe a D23 gold member event to be among the last group to play the one where you spray the water and try to pop the balloon and everything?
No. I don't know that this is this is my test to Disney fans. People are going to be lamenting this closure.
I thought I respect all Disney fans.
Yeah.
I am one of them. When Disney fans went crazy for the closing of Flick's Fun Fair, no, a Bugs Land. What is Flick's Fun Fair?
It's part of Bugs Land. It was
okay.
Yeah.
Went crazy for the closing of a Bugs Land, a land I remember its opening. I remember the mocking it received. All bets are off. We will lament the closing of anything.
I remember the closure of the petting zoo for Galaxy's Edge. And I thought the petting zoos are cool. I love petting zoos. But the vitriol over what is obviously a major project to replace a very minor project was quite something.
What of Mickey Moo? A couple other quick things just from earlier today. If you missed the morning show, we did talk about these, but just a little bit of news from the other coast. We did get an opening date for the Critter Club at Disneyland, and that is going to be November 13th. You excited for this, Benji?
Is that the old Briar Patch?
This is what is it? Pooh Corner at Disneyland, right?
A Pooh Corner, so the bigger store.
Yeah, but not the sweet section. Just
okay.
Yeah, part of Pooh Corner is going to be taken over by the Critter Club, and that's opening November 13th. Now, Bayou Country opens November 15th with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for 2 days, you can go experience this in Critter Country, I believe, which I think is a pretty unique experience. People should go check out.
Not a choice I would make, actually. I mean, that place is going to get, presumably there's going to be hoopla around there. It's going to, I mean, I'm sure there's reasons, but
yeah,
seems like a lot of work for
2 days early, Critter Club, and we got to see the costumes that are coming to to Bayou Country. I don't know.
So did they intentionally make this confusing? It's not Bayou Club, it's Critter Club at Bayou Country.
Bayou Country. And here, I'm gonna play this little. I don't know if you saw this.
Hi, Jada. That's
These are the costumes that are coming to Bayou Country. Knows all these people.
A fun game to like show the people doing the dance and guess their department.
They're doing a little TikTok dance there. I know you're big on TikTok, so you probably recognize that dance you're doing.
Oh, is that a TikTok thing?
It is, but usually with different music. So there's like always done to a certain song, not that song. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, so that was the Disneyland news we had this morning. I believe there wasn't anything else. And this is also, by the way, this day in Disney history, 2001 was the last day for Steps in Time at DCA, so it's kind of a sad day as well.
Did somebody cough in your cornflakes? The sad is most of our audience wasn't alive when that.
Don't even say that. Don't. No. That was 23 years ago. I don't know. Okay. Thank you. It took me a while. Rebecca wants your thoughts on this. Rebecca, who was going to be doing this stream, having some technical issues, but she is helping us out backstage. Let me. What am I doing? Let's watch. Have you seen this trailer, Benji?
No. Well, not based off of this.
Let's watch together.
Disney. So far, so good. Okay. Brothel. Okay.
Oh, you're not hearing this.
Nope.
Sorry. Now you are.
Huh. Is this a PC game?
No. PC and platform.
I am notoriously bad at Tron games, and this does not look like it's the kind of game that's going to make me be any better. Tron Catalyst. It's interesting because the new Tron movie specifically takes place outside of the grid.
What?
It doesn't make sense that a video game would take place.
That's the whole point of Tron. That's going to disappoint a lot of people.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to play out. Okay, so Steam, PS5, Xbox, sorry, everything. Digitizing 2025.
Excited?
Yeah. No, but that's okay.
Okay, Tron Catalyst. All right, well, that is our theme park news. We will not be having Disney Parks Talk today, but I am very glad that something big dropped so we could pop in and do a quick update anyway.
I have a question. Yes, can I ask you a non-Disney question?
As long as it's not about the Cowboys.
Never mind.
Wow.
I just got the thing about ABC reminding me that they're having Monday Night Football today, and then I was like, "Oh, how did the Cowboys do last week? That's this week."
Scoregami. It's always nice to be a part of a Scoregami.
Speaking of Dak,
better be on the other end of it. But
what's a Scoregami?
Scoregami is an NFL score that has never occurred in the history of the league.
Oh wow!
So this is the first time that, what was it, 45-6, 45-9, I think was the final score. Huh. Apparently Manningcast is the only way to watch football. I think I watched the first Manningcast and thought, this is great. And I don't think I've watched it since because I just actually enjoy the game and I just want to watch the game.
Yeah, I think Manningcast, there should be an approved, like, this is a blowout. It is now time to turn over the Manningcast. It's good for, like, if it's an actual game you're paying attention to. I mean, I'm sure it's still fine, but it's, it can be a little distracting. Right. But if it's a game where the answers, they should like actually do like red zone for blowouts where that's the Manningcast game.
What's nice is even if I don't watch, there's always a lot of great clips coming out of it, so I get to enjoy those later. So I appreciate the Manningcast. Anything else? What are you up to, Ben? We like to play What You Got Going On. What you got going on?
I'm going to Christmas party. No, that's not true. I'm going to Halloween party tonight at the Magic Kingdom.
Oh, is it scary?
It's not so scary. I gotta say, can I get on my soapbox? I'm ready for a reinvention of these parties.
Okay, so what's the problem? What's the deal?
No, it just and I would say even just Halloween and holidays at Disneyland. It's like been the same for a while, and part of it's fun because it's tradition. But there was a time when there was something new every year, whether it was a new fireworks show or Haunted Mansion holiday or Small World holiday or whatever. And it's been the same kind of program for a bit. And I'm ready for something new.
Oh, we have I think, third person here. There she is.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my computer joined me in the stream. I don't know why.
Oh, that's funny.
But I agree completely with Ben. There needs to be certain anchory things. For example, the Boo to You theme can't go away. It has to be somewhere. Maybe it's not necessarily the parade anymore because maybe we need to, retool the parade or what. But you can't not have that theme because that would just be heartbreaking, right? And so I was trying to think, what are some other things that,
See, I mean, maybe it's just because I remember when they started the Boo to You song that I don't feel as it's required because they did many years before that.
Gotcha. But I love it so much.
I do. And I like this song that they play at Disneyland now, but it was that Villains Mix and Mingle song. And now they play it. It came from Paris, but
yeah,
it was a terrible show, but it was a fun song. And so, that pops up around the world. That thing pops up. It's like the castle float of Halloween songs.
Can I vent another Halloweenist attitude thing? Is that I cannot believe, and I will. Okay, so you know how every once in a while you have a relationship, and then a little moment happens, and it kind of puts a wedge, and then slowly that fractures the relationship.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No. Me and Bob Iger. Not I actually know him, but as far as my adoration of him as like, Disney executive leader of the Disney realm that I am just a small part of as a fan. Throwing the doors wide open with the vault and the talk and the Disney Plus. And yet it has been how many Halloweens now? And I still can't see that fantastically cheesy, wonderful Disney Halloween treat from, I want to say from maybe 83, where the magic mirror and you've got Witch Hazel and the greatest little Halloween.
Mickey's Halloween treat.
Exactly. No, that's how is that not at Disney Plus yet? How? Okay, I'm done.
You can't even watch Gunshy. Bill also did a great review of Touchstone and Beyond. I think that was Hollywood Pictures Gunshy. That's on our site today from his Touchstone and Beyond series. It's not on Disney Plus. Sandra Bullock, Oliver Platt, Liam Neeson.
When he's done with Touchstone, he needs to do a Disney Plus and Beyond, where it's like all those movies that disappeared, like Togo and
Craters.
Oh wow, that's right.
What would anchor Christmas parties for you, Ben? Though, is there anything that's no? Let me put it this way: is there anything to you that's untouchable about the Disney Parks holiday parties?
Sugar cookies and hot cocoa.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's the candy. It's the, I'm okay with them thinking big. Like to me, the stuff that's tradition, Santa Claus. I mean, like that is obviously going to stay, but it's not the parade that they've changed that. It's not they've changed the fireworks show for the better. I'm not ready to give up Clarabelle Cow as Mariah Carey, but someday I will be.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot different for me this year because it's going to be floating, and I'm really looking forward to that. I've never done a floating Very Merry Christmas party before.
Merry Time Cruise.
Yeah, and they've just refreshed that last year, so that
that's where they're putting their efforts.
I'm excited. I'm excited for a cruise that smells of gingerbread.
I know. We were teased last time when we got off as the gingerbread house was going in. This time we are.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, it was. They had just taken down the walls. We had seen it being constructed throughout the week, and the walls went down as we hit port.
The walls were down for the next people coming on the ship. Tease.
Cool. Okay, I've made you guys stick around longer. Sorry.
So thanks for joining us. I believe Luke Manning has been doing a fantabulous job getting all this information up on our website. Let's take a look together. Actually, let us put Luke to the test. I'm going to share a screen here, and I am going to. That is nothing. Let's go to our archives and let's see what's been posted.
His login info.
Are you excited about the possible return of Paint the Night, Ben?
Yes. So I'm kind of two things. I'm excited to see Paint the Night again, but I'll be disappointed if the 70th is just a rehash of the 60th.
It would be nice if my browser was working, but it's not. So never mind. We'll never know. That's annoying. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. We have. That's not it. We have Little Mermaid, musical adventure, select DinoLand attraction closures dates, Big Thunder Mountain. Way to go, Luke. Luke's the man.
Okay. Actually, I think one of those headlines might be wrong.
Sure, I'll show the wrong headline here. What do you got?
The Big Thunder one, scroll that down. We don't know that it's most of 2025. We
do know it's most of 25.
So we do. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I'm a year behind. I was thinking.
Yeah. It's some interesting wording. But yes, it's definitely closing for most of 2025. It's also closing for part of 2026.
Right. Yeah. So yes, it will be open 5 days in 2025.
Oh, hey, and since I never get to see you in person anymore, Ben, what are you thinking of Agatha?
I'm enjoying Agatha.
Okay. I just had to ask. I haven't watched it. I'm not a witches kind of person, so.
I mean, I don't know that I am, but it's.
Well, no, that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, it's there was one episode where I was kind of disappointed, but I really liked what happened last week, so I'm excited to see where it goes. I mean, we only got 2 more weeks. I guess 3 more weeks to go. So
Hi, Amy. Longtime LPer around these parts. Good to see you. And my cousin.
Speaking of Big Thunder.
And my cousin.
Yeehaw.
Mm-hmm.
It could, but it won't. No one opens an attraction January 1st.
Are you excited about the animated owl thing? What's it called? An Almost Christmas? That looked cute this morning.
Yeah, I am. I think it's the third in a trilogy. So, yeah, it was fun. Nice little Christmas moment. I'm trying not to get too into it because it doesn't quite play the same way in October as it will on November 1st. But
I know.
I think we should have coverage of it this weekend. Actually, they're doing a screening in LA. So,
are you as upset at me that they're moving Scamanda to mid-season replacement instead of starting this week?
You'd be so mad.
I watched it, so.
Oh, phooey on you.
So I guess now I got to remember for another 6 months.
Goodness. I forget what kind of person we're dealing with here. The big cheese, the head honcho.
No, but I'm glad that ABC has Monday Night Football instead of doing like 1 week of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, then like off for 3 weeks, and another week episode. Like, be consistent. It's what Past Sajak deserves.
All right. I believe we are actually done here. Thank you, everyone. Again, all the news is on Laughing Place now. And stuff starts to trickle. Stuff will be closing before stuff opens. And we have some of those closures. I mean, that's the way it goes. They announce so much new stuff for D23. I mean, at D23 and even before. But other than the cruise ships, when something opens, something's almost always got to close first. So.
Well, and I wish, not for any of these things, but I wish more they would embrace the closure more, like give people that moment. But
that's what I said. D23 event for Fossil Games, I think, would be a great idea. Maybe LP can do an event for Fossil Games.
Sounds good. Disney's calling me, so I look forward to hearing what they complain about. So,
bye, everybody.
Bye.